Hello everybody, I am Anisha from Team Fit with Ace. Today's topic is anterior pelvic tilt. So we will discuss it in four major parts, that is what is APT, what are the causes, how to test and how to fix this condition. Okay, let us now first understand what the term anterior pelvic tilt means. Anterior refers to the front part of your body. Pelvis is a bone present over here and tilting refers to deviation. So anterior pelvic tilt is the deviation of the bone to the front part of your body. So what happens is, let us understand what pelvis is actually. Pelvis is a bone around over here which connects your upper torso to your lower body. It helps in daily activities like standing, sitting, bending. So this bone connects both the portions of our body. Okay, so let us understand this condition through the help of this phone. If we see, if you consider this as our pelvis bone, this is a neutral pelvis right now. Now if our pelvis tilts towards the front part of the body, that is towards the anterior part, this is called as anterior pelvic tilt. As shown in this diagram, this person is having a neutral pelvis. His pelvis is in a neutral condition. But in this diagram, the pelvis is tilted towards the front part of the body. This pelvis has rotated towards the front. There are four major muscles which act on the pelvis and they act in a cross manner. These four major muscles are hip extensors, hip flexors, rectus abdominis and erector spinae. When all these four major muscles act simultaneously, your pelvis stays neutral. But whenever there is a deviation or muscle imbalance or muscle inflexibility, the deviation occurs, leading to lower cross syndrome. This diagram depicts lower cross syndrome. So in this diagram, the red muscles, that is the hip extensors and rectus abdominis, are the ones which becomes weaker in this condition, and the blue ones, that is your erector spinae and hip flexors, becomes tightened in this condition. In this segment, we will cover what are the major causes of this condition. The most prominent being prolonged sitting. Prolonged sitting in offices, in colleges, in schools leads to muscle imbalances and leads to this condition. The second one being muscle imbalances due to posture. The third is improper training schedule in gyms, wherein people are mostly training and giving importance to training their hip flexors and not giving much importance to training their hip extensors, which includes your hamstrings and glutes. So how can you check if you have a neutral pelvis or anterior pelvic tilt? Let us test this condition right now. Just stand against a wall. Your head, shoulders and heels should be touching the wall. Now take your hand and glide it through your lower back. If the space between your lower back and the wall is greater than the thickness of your hand, you most probably have an anterior pelvic tilt. Otherwise, you have a neutral pelvis. In this segment, we will cover how to fix this condition. But first, you need to understand why fixing this condition is important. This condition is one of the major causes for lower back pain and lower back injuries these days. So now that we know the importance of fixing anterior pelvic tilt, let us discuss the corrective exercises through which you can fix this condition. Now looking at the diagram, out of four major muscles acting on the pelvis, these two, that is the erector spinae and hip flexors, are the muscles which are tighter in this condition and we need to stretch them regularly. The stretching exercises are the following: foam rolling on your quads and TFL, 90-90 hip flexor stretch, cat camel and child pose. Now talking about the muscles, that is hip extensors and rectus abdominis, which are weaker in this condition, these muscles need to be strengthened regularly, and the strengthening exercises are plank, bird dog and glute bridges. Now in the next segment, we will see the movements and posture for all these exercises.
Now let us see all the exercises we just discussed. Place the foam roller on your quadriceps and move back and forth to find trigger points and release tension from those tight areas. This is an excellent way to massage deep tissues in your quadriceps. In 90-90 stretch, both the legs are present at 90-degree angle. The forward leg is stretched to the maximum to open up hip flexors, especially iliopsoas muscle. Cat camel is an extension exercise that stretches and strengthens the muscles that stabilize the spine, including the back extensors and abdominals. Do this for one set of 8 repetitions and gradually increase the sets to 2 or 3. Child pose is a yoga pose and it helps to release the compression in your lower back. It opens up the hip musculature as well as the spine. Plank helps to strengthen your core muscles. Your body should be parallel to the floor without putting unnecessary stress on your lower back. Try to hold this position for at least 1 minute. In bird dog, you use your core muscles and hip flexors instead of your lower back muscles to lengthen your spine. Hold one side position for 8 to 10 seconds and then move to the other side. Do 3 sets for both sides with 30 seconds rest between sets. For glute bridges, lie on the mat with knees bent and lift your body weight by engaging your glutes and hamstrings. Do 3 sets of 15 reps to strengthen this particular area. If you liked the video and want more informative videos, please subscribe our channel. Thank you and goodbye.